Race 1 on Sunday. The Opties have started. It's going to be windier today in Long Beach. ABYC right there. This is the venue for Sabot Nationals. And we'll be going out of Long Beach Yacht Club, which is back there in that channel. The current is moving right to left. You can see if you look at the trees and the start line flag, the wind is pushing me right now. So this current is supposed to be low tide for 3:45, 4 o'clock. The current's different here every day, you guys. Okay, A Fleet starting race 5. I don't know if any kids read the notice of race and sailing instructions. I think some did. I know that several didn't, and they don't know, and I'm glad they don't know. But the sailing instructions said if we get 5 races, if we get fewer than 5 races, we count all the scores. So what that means is if we get 5 races or more, they throw out a race. And I'm glad you guys didn't know that. Okay, so starting line was a little pin favored, not huge. A Fleet's pretty tough, it's all pretty close. And they do let adults race in this fleet. Is that cool? I love it. Love it, love it. Everybody sailing. That's what we should be doing. We did our check-in this morning. Make sure you guys do your check-ins on starboard tack. Say hello to the race committee. So you did your check-ins. Many of you did it on port, but I don't care. But we're trying to establish routines. And I'm going to go ahead and call it the A and B and C race here. Trying to figure out some speed issues here.
We're doing 4 races today, and we've just started the first one.
Thank you.
So we checked in. We're looking upwind right now. At 1:30, one of our goals for the weekend was for, was that 1 minute to go? Yeah, at 1 minute, you're looking up here and you're looking at Kosei and Kingston, the 2 leaders in A Fleet, hard left. So those guys did their, in south wind, the left is less risky, if not windier, especially we talked about it because of that channel. So it's not all speed. We learned yesterday this racing is not all about speed. Now, if I was Julia, I don't know what I would have done. I think it's just the left is just going to kill. Okay, so that's what they're looking at 1:30 and at 1 minute quickly. So I would be where Zach is, 9696. He's going to tack up. He's going to come over in front of these boats, tack again, because the pin is favored today. Yesterday, you'll notice on Saturday, the boat end was favored all day. And this is a very unique fleet here. We have C1s, C2s, and C3s sailing together. And the C1s have to carry corrector weights, but the C2s and C3s don't. So I've never seen that before, but I'm all for it. I'm all for it. It makes the C1s have to sail that much better. Yep, Zach is going to tack across everybody. Yep, look at that. Now he needs a foot. You cannot be luffing your sail after a lifted tack. When you're coming out of a lifted tack, the telltales get pegged straight back, and you fly that thing like an airplane and get ripping. Because if the wind goes right, you have to be as far forward as you can get on everybody. That was just outstanding. Some of our kids started at the flag again, and we did talk about that. You can't start at the flag when the boat is favored. And the current, got a lot of info, man. I could write a book. The current going away from me right now, pushing the sailors downwind, that makes the pin even more favored. That changes the ley line even more. So good job, Zach. Good job, August. August on the rail right away. We learned yesterday that some teams just didn't sit on the rail. If you were under 105, 110 pounds yesterday, you were on the rail 80% of the time in race 3 and 4, and some of you were only on the rail 20% of the time. It is an on-the-rail boat, these Sabots. I'm watching the C1, C2, C3 race, and some of you guys really are too comfortable in packs. You don't want to zigzag with people and then tack near them just because they're going one way doesn't mean you're going the wrong way. We got to work on this VMG stuff we're talking about. VMG is the angle you would sail and the skill you'd use and the sail trim you'd use in order to make your boat go fast as if no one else was out here. You're not squeezing up because of boats around you. You're not going too low because boats around you. You're going on whatever you think is the perfect angle. And some of us are following other boats and then getting into slow death position and getting pitched off. And we're just losing miles as a result. And I would say I think too many tacks going on with the C1, C2, C3s. I think we got to learn, working on a little bit of patience on these windier days. If you have 8 knots, you know, you don't need it. You can tack, but you don't need to. The boat should, you know, you should be sailing a VMG angle and really cranking along. You shouldn't have to hunt for too much. I just don't think it's that shifty. Yeah, I still think, this is race 1 on Sunday, I still think the left is better. I don't know when the wind is going to come around to the southwest and almost the west-southwest. So those flags are 15 degrees left of yesterday. And I think that's going to come around a little bit as it builds here. But man, the left doesn't seem bad at all. I'm going to do a current check over here. You can see a current line right here in the water. You see this glassy water? We have to read these. I'm going to start measuring the current all over the bay. Yesterday the current was going in towards me a little bit, and then for race 3 and 4 it was going out that direction and kind of that direction, because I was measuring all over the course. And then today it's definitely over there by the committee boat, definitely going right to left. And then I'm going to check right now to see what it's doing where I am here. So I just put that little guy in the water there, and then I'll just see how far it goes. It looks like, I'm anchored right now, it looks like it's going a different direction then. There we go. So that's been about 30 seconds. It's gone less than a boat length. So it's not much current, but it is going away from me back towards the power plant that way. So I'll go test it somewhere else. Here we go. Olive is first, Vesper second. You got Zach third, there's Theo. Okay, so it's moved 2 boat lengths in a minute. Not even 2, so it's pretty weak. It should start going out towards the ocean more as we go along here. Race 2 on Sunday. Race 6 for the regatta. We probably need to look at results here pretty soon if they get them up, because with a throwout things have probably changed, and now since we got 5 races in, there's a throwout now. I'm glad a lot of the kids didn't know that. At Sabot Nationals, I think it's the same rule, I believe. If they get 5, you get a throwout. If they get 4, you don't. And look at their angle. They are close hauled right now going down the line. So that end over there is definitely further upwind. 8827 is in a bad spot. Julia is in a good spot. So we raked Julia 8231. We raked her mast back so we can get her boom height looking the same as the top 3. I'm looking at the boom height of them and going upwind, and Julia is 2.5 inches higher than them. So we might as well get closer. We got a nice dog going right through the middle here. Look at that. Again, this is all practice, right? Look at 9105. She's going to port tack the fleet right here. But she didn't. That's okay. So the pin was not that favored. Olympia, what a start. This might work for Julia. She got a clear lane. She's faster than at least 4 boats in this back, because there's 4 boats in bad air here, and there's more wind coming. I am surprised the wind has not gone right. When I look at the flags, they've gone 5 degrees, 10 degrees right, but not much. God, I think this is just a race to the left. On Sunday, the other fleet's about to start. It looks left to me. She looks headed on starboard. That boat looks lifted on port. So what I'm looking at here is starting and tacking. Great race by the RC1C2s, that last race. just a great race, and it's great that Theo won that race, our youngest racer for sure. Now the boat doesn't look, this end doesn't look that favored from here, but I think it is. I think it would be better to push down the line here. We're doing good on setting up, not right on the line, but just behind and then creeping. You can see me moving with the current. It's actually fun starting in adverse current. Wow, they let 9149 go? Oh no, she's going back, I guess. I'm confused. Leaders of the A fleet. And it'll be different at Nationals because you really won't have a fleet straight up wind of view, because at Nationals we'll be using an inner and outer loop for the courses, but it looks left to me. If I'm going downwind in this fleet and I look upwind and I see that black boat pointed like that, I'm probably coming around that buoy and staying very high and kind of protecting this side. I would not be the boat banging the right corner over here. Now those flags might not look like they're at a different angle, but they're going away from us just a little. But the Lido still looks lifted on port a little. So today the wind was supposed to go west-southwest. It stayed left. And when the wind is left, especially here with that channel, geographically you are gonna get a lefty somewhere in that upwind leg. And you have to be on it when it is left. And you gotta sail your VMG angle. You gotta sail as if nobody else is around. Less than a minute for the last race. I don't like 8231 going below. I mean, Kingston just did a tack onto port. She's gonna start to the right. We did talk about what we've done for 8231 is said, okay, you're winning, you're in the top 3 at Sabot Nationals now, and you gotta start to the right of people. Trying to hang into the right. Which she did. Start just to the right of the competition. So what you do when you're trying to, if you have a chance to win a regatta, is your general rule of thumb is to try to have a starboard tack advantage on people. If the pin is favored, that's hard to do. She should go ahead and go back to the right here. See, I would have taken that shift and gone to the right a little ways, waited for another shift, and hopefully get the starboard tack advantage, right? Letting the main in and out too much. Just gotta not play it quite so much. One thing we need to learn is even that blue power boat right there is going to make bad air, so she should try to be squeezing out of here. She's actually getting into bad air right now. Unfortunately, she has Maribel pinning her. So now all her choices is just a foot like crazy, like she's doing, and try to get out to that puff. Kingston has a big puff right there. Kingston tacked out because he was in the prop wash of that power boat that's going there. See that turbulent water there? That is going to make you 4/10 of a knot slower or something going through the prop wash, because your leeward is not going to work when you're going through all that prop wash. And then gotta figure out how to get our sails not to luff as we tack. The sail should whap across in a Sabot. It should go from full to full. Good, finally got a lane. Yes. Doing a good job of not playing the main too much. The main needs to be played half as much as you think.